I was in a high-speed chase a couple times in my life.
What?
Yeah,
Couple times?
Yeah, a couple times. One was a real one, but then one was like
driving.
No, on the one.
Are you a criminal, Sal?
I was. Yeah, one was like a stupid college thing, but the other one was I used to play this game called Street Wars. Have you heard of it? Guys, it's the craziest thing. Okay, they might still do it. They take it. It's basically you ever hear of the game like Assassin?
Yes,
because I really didn't. But the point is, if you heard of it, it's this water gun game that takes place over 3 weeks in New York City. It's been going on for like a decade. It got so popular they've taken it to like London and like San Francisco and other cities. And what happens is it's the most brilliant thing you've ever heard. So what happens is you pay like a few bucks and you join that game, right? And so they'll take like 300 people and everyone becomes an agent. And you don't know this, but you get a person that you have to tail, and there's a person tailing you at all times.
Cool.
Over these 3 weeks, and you carry
24/7.
24/7.
What?
You carry a water gun or any type of water gun you want, anything.
Yeah.
You could get a big one, a small one, this, that, anything, right? And you basically, what happens is this one day you get an address to go to out of nowhere after you sign up. You go to this address, and it's like a street corner, and there's someone standing there, and they're like, "Hey, come here, come with me." And they take you, and then they walk you to somebody else. They walk you to somebody else. It's like a movie. And then finally, someone takes you into a building, like an abandoned building, and you go like up steps, and it's completely pitch black, and there's a guy in the shadows, and you walk up to him, and it's like all whiskeys, and he's like, "Have a shot of whiskey," or whatever. So you have a shot, and you sit down, and there's lights on you, so you can't see him, and he's like the mastermind of it all.
You did this?
I did this for years.
What?
Every year, right?
Yeah.
And then he hands me a dossier. And you know, he asked me a couple of questions, and I leave. And they schedule appointments for every player over like the week. And I leave, I open it up, and in it, I have a dossier on a person I've never met that lives within the 5 boroughs that I had to assassinate via water gun in those 3 weeks.
And is there real information, like where they live?
It's
and all
where
that
they
shit?
live.
Now, were you already
they work.
famous during this?
What's that?
Were you already famous?
It was the very, very, very beginning, or right before it, and then maybe I did it a little bit right after it.
Okay.
So I wasn't really too well known.
Yeah.
But it was like, I think it was before, and then. But anyway, then I have this person. It's where they live, all their stats, where they work, what their routes they take, everything, right?
Yeah.
And their pictures, and so I had to carve out time in my day to tail this person.
Are you still doing your job in your everyday life, or do
Yeah,
people
you
just
go to work.
dedicate
So there's
themselves?
some rules. There's like the square block of the address of your job. The sidewalk is a safety zone. Public transportation, bus stops and subways are a safety zone, and the square block. Oh no, not your home, because I got shot right in front of my house.
so like you can still go to work and not get shot because like you're like, I'm not playing the game right now because I gotta go to work.
No,
and, like,
you could get shot
you're
the
on
second you are not on the sidewalk of the address of your job.
Got it, right.
And they can go to where you hang out, and then they also hold a mixer at a bar in Brooklyn once a week where any agent can go and drink, and you might run into the person you're looking for there, or might not. You might get tailed, you might not. So they stir
like the
up
Continental and John Wick.
tension, right?
Yeah,
And so what happens is, like, you have to figure out how to tail this person, and then you have to hit them with the water gun. And it's it's an honor system, but and then if you do, they're carrying their dossier. They have to give you theirs, and you get your next person to kill. You have to kill at least one person a week for 3 weeks to get to the finals. So if there was 200 people and there's only like 40 people left in the finals because they didn't kill as many people, you get into the finals, and then everyone in the last 4th week, the last like 20, 30 people, whatever, they hunt the creator of the game. And whoever kills the creator of the game first wins. But I gotta tell you something. Dude, you have to understand, like, you understand the feeling you get then once the game begins. It's 24/7. You leave your house, and you feel, even if you're not being tailed, you feel like you're being tailed by everyone. So I've had that sensation to be looking around me at all times, wondering where it's coming from, what angles, whatnot. And one time I was tailing a guy, and he got off one of those boat parties up on like 23rd and the east side.
River,
And it docked. I knew he was going to be there. And he got in his like girlfriend's car or something, and I started following him on the FDR. And then they noticed I followed him all the way up to Yonkers. And then once they got off, they noticed I was tailing them in Yonkers, and they just took off in the streets high speed. Probably real dangerous.
I was gonna say, I can't believe this is allowed.
You can have teammates, so you can have up to 5 teammates. But if one teammate gets shot, the whole team goes down. So while you have more manpower, there's more exposure, right?
Yeah.
It's crazy, this whole game. And so I high speed chase, and then finally he tucked and rolled out of a car and ran into a house and like closed the door, right? And so we circled parked far away, then got out on foot, and we like army crawled up this block, and there was like an old guy outside washing his car and a couple kids, and we just were waiting. He's like, he has to come out at some time.
Yeah.
Dude, it was nightfall. I was telling this guy for like 9 hours, and then all of a sudden, my friend goes, he ran out the back. He jumped out the back window, went in the backyard, hopped over a huge like cement wall, and then his car picked him up, and we tailed him all the way back into Brooklyn, where he went again. And then, so then we lost him again, and then I got a tip. I got a hot tip because they do all this stuff too. There's informants and stuff. I got a tip that he'd be in the Fort Greene area. So I went on foot. It was like, at this point, it was like midnight. I would tell the guy from like 10 hours. I swear to God. Like, it was when I didn't really have a job or anything.
Any life at all?
You didn't have a
Honey,
safe
I'm
zone.
coming home now.
And I tell this guy, and on foot, I like, in hindsight, it's probably very dangerous.
I was thinking,
I'm like
people
holding a
pulling out
gun,
guns
in,
and
like
shit.
a water gun in my pocket.
Yeah,
and I'm like
yeah.
walking with a hood on. I mean, definitely don't maybe don't do it. But and I saw him on foot. I chased him in Fort Greene Park at like midnight after like an 8-hour chase, and he ran and he jumped off because in Fort Greene Park it's like elevated, like the grass is like up and on from the sidewalk, and he jumped and he like fell and he rolled, and I just ran. I jumped and I just shot him like in midair. It looked like something out of a movie.
You got him though?
I got him, and then I made it to the finals, and I never killed the creator, but I almost got there. But then at the end of it all, they throw a party for every person involved, and you go, and the whole board is up with all your identities to see the circle of who is supposed to get who, and you meet the people in real life, and you have this like big drink, and then they give an award ceremony for like greatest kill, most kills, all that stuff like that.
Yeah.
So
That's
it's
very-
called
Is
there like a
Street
money
Wars.
prize or
Shout out to
anything,
my
or
buddy
it's just,
Franz who created it.
Is it a prize or just like?
Yeah, they
fun?
give you like they'll give
like
you like
$10,000
they give you money.
Yeah.
But then they're dicks about it too. Like I think the prize money was like something like $1,000, and they brought it in all pennies or something like that. And they get like a golden pistol. I won like best kill story because I tailed them for 8 hours. And they gave me one of those like huge bottles of Jack.
That's
Cool,
sick.
It's kind of cool.
Yeah.
Bro, that is unbelievable.
Yeah.
I do. I mean, I run around the streets of New York pulling out guns right now. You know, that might not be a good idea. But I don't know. If you
No,
you see,
actually,
like, a green
it's
gun
like
or
not
something
a good
like that.
idea. But like we had like the guns are like orange and green and stuff like that.
Other than that, like I mean, that sounds. I mean, I would be terrible at it.
You're allowed
if I
to use
lose
an
right
umbrella
away.
as a shield. That's the only thing you're allowed to use. Someone could also throw a water balloon.
Like a
people
grenade at you?
That's how we killed people too. We would kill people, but we stood up on top of a building, and when they walked out, we just dropped the bombed them. Yeah.
Oh,
But you'll see people break
can't
out in the
tell
streets
you-
with like umbrellas shooting guns at each other. Like it'll just break out, and you're like, oh, that's Street Wars. They're playing Street
I
Wars.
am such a nerd for this. I f***ing love this.
I think I
I
have
don't-
way too much anxiety.
Oh, I don't think I could.
I
I,
think-
don't think I would do it or be good at it, but I want to like watch it. I would watch a reality show of this. You should put it
Yeah.
on True TV. I swear to God. I swear to God, you should produce that. And I
No,
get
that
50%.
is not a bad idea.
Good
50%
idea.
is absurd. I think you know it's absurd.
25. 25. Not a penny less. Still not a penny less. And you can pay me in pennies. How about that? I
think
swear to God,
we
wouldn't that be
thought
fun
about
to
it. We
be
thought
like-
about it. It's just I think it's a really
Hard thing
it
to
takes a
shoot.
lot of manpower to
Yeah.
cover that kind of thing.
It would have to be like 10 instead of 300 or whatever.
Yeah. But it's not. It's
if
not a
you
bad idea
had
to revisit.
The same way that
Notice
you,
I said revisit.
yeah. If you had, the same way people become like a fan of this guy on Survivor or this girl on Big Brother, like there would be fans of these people,
Yeah.
and they would love to. I mean, watch them in their element and like. So were you trying? Were you like thinking of things that happen in the movies and shit? Like, all right, I gotta like.
Every movie trope that you've seen, like you said, you have anxiety. If you have anxiety, I do too. If you have anxiety, it's probably not good for you.
Dude, I can't get it.
You all the time?
You feel it for real. Every like tense scene in a movie that you it feels like you were in it. Like you're walking down the block, you're just looking over your shoulder. And by the way, everybody seems suspicious.
Yeah.
When you
You're-
think
when you're
someone's
thinking
trying to
for
get
it.
you.
Right.
So do you know how many times I like shot someone a look or said something or even like
Have you ever-
drew my water gun on someone that like, had nothing to do with it?